Hello to all of my Sagittariuses. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your Tuesday reading. Hope y'all having a great day, Sagittarius. I know that you are. What do we know? Oh my gosh, two cards just decided to fall out, but we're going to just leave them right there because obviously they have something to tell us. Okay, Sagittarius, what do we know about our wonderful Sagittarius besides the fact that you are of masculine duality? So it doesn't matter, excuse me, it doesn't matter if you are identify as a man or a woman. It just means that your duality is masculine, meaning that your energy is direct. It's like a straight line. I think I mentioned this one time before, and it projects outward. So it secures and it has a very giving nature. In other words, you all are givers, right? You're direct, you are energetic. You show your strength through your actions, right? And so divine feminine energies, they show their strength through their inner reserve, which is and so you can tap into that side of your duality. Okay, you have access to tapping into that duality if necessary, right? So, but a lot of Sagittarius is so many wonderful things I can say about you all. You all are fire signs, you're mutable signs. Sagittarius are very energetic. You all are ambitious, you're generous, you're freedom loving. And you're really, really seekers of challenge, right? You're open to new ideas and exploration. Your ruling planet is Jupiter, right? And so Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, optimism, expansion, and abundance, right? You all are the archer. And the archer in astrology represents directness. You all have high aims. You have a love of outdoor activity and the chase, right? Sagittarius is at their highest vibration are smart. You all are caring. You are deep thinkers. You're honest. You're very wild in a fun way. You know what I'm saying? Like Sagittarius, and I've said this one time before, Sagittarius are those friends that's like, okay, let's go to a party. Let's have a great time. Of course, not now because of the pandemic, but you know what I'm getting at. Sagittarius is just like having fun. They're very generous people. They're idealists, and they have a great sense of humor, right? So if you happen to come across a Sagittarius that is impatient, careless, boastful, attention-seeking, and brutal, Sagittarius, I want you all to start really checking the energies around you when you start to feel that way. Like, because you could have people could really, really be good people, but if they don't know their power, what it looks like sometimes is them coming off as like possessive or even jealous. Okay, like they're trying to almost toss like water on your flame, your fire, or even trying to like put a cup over your fire, like trying to smother you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. All right, Sagittarius, so you really got to watch out for the energies around you when you start to feel that way, because the thing that people like the most about Sagittarius is their optimism. So it's pretty hard to keep a Sagittarius down. So when you have people around you that's really trying to take out that flame, Sagittarius, it's probably best that you start making some hard decisions, right, about the energies around you. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be colleagues, whatever, but relationships in general, because people just assume when I say relationships, it's always about love relationships, and it's not. Sometimes it could be family relationships. Sometimes it could be long-term friends, But let's get into your reading. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Sagittarius as it relates to all areas of their lives, specifically in areas of creativity and emotions, also in areas of power and intellect, also in areas of spirituality where they need to take action, and also in areas of money and wealth. What information do we have for a wonderful Sagittarius? What information do we have? Like I said, there were two cards that jumped out. By the way, these two cards jumped out: the Six of Cups and the King of Swords. So, yeah, we're gonna put these two right here. We'll get to those in just a second. Let's see what the other cards have to say. We have the High Priestess, and we also have the Hierophant card. We're going to put these right here, Sagittarius. The Hierophant card is attached to the Taurus. Like I said, Sagittarius, when you have people around you who are just determined to try to upset you or make you feel frustrated or whatever, it's probably time to kind of sort of reevaluate those relationships, because like I said, for the most part, Sagittarius are very optimistic people, and that's what they're known for. That's what people really, really like about Sagittarius, is that they're just optimistic people. You know, when everybody else is choosing to focus on things that are like seeing the glass half empty, you have the Sagittarius around to see the glass half full. They're the ones that's like, oh, you know, I know it's raining outside, but if you look at the rain as blessings, you bring, you know, blessings are showering down on you. They're the ones that will say something like that, right? This High Priestess card is attached to the moon. We know that the moon governs our emotions, right, and our intuition. So a lot of you all are tapping into your healing energy, like really developing your talents, your healing, and they are becoming very, very clear for you right now. They're becoming more logical and more structured for you right now. You're tapping into that part of yourself. And a lot of you all have had these gifts since you were children. You really did. And they just it just took time to start developing those talents. A lot of times when you are gifted, when you realize that something is different about you as a child, and people, usually older adults, will recognize, something is different about the Sagittarius. They're kind of like picking up on things that like they've been here before. You all ever hear like older people say, oh, that child has been here before? That's kind of like what people said about you. Like, oh, he or she has been here before. And so now you're really, really starting to develop your talents. So some of you all are just developing developing your talents in tarot card reading and medium and all sorts of like the spiritual realm. You're really, really tapping into those, and you're starting to feel good about life, right? This is the Knight of Wands. You're really, really starting to feel good about life. Like just kind of like on fire. See how this person just looks kind of like really, really vibrant kind of look, just kind of, you know, just feeling great. I like the Knight of Wands card, because the Knight of Wands is really, really about a person who is a risk taker, someone who is very ambitious. This is you, someone who has the gift of gab, someone who is pretty self-assured, you know, all these wonderful things. Someone who is ambitious, if I didn't say ambitious, very ambitious. See, this person is just like this, they have this fire in their belly. This is you. The Wands energy is attached to the Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. But again, fire signs, this Wands energy, that's how you're feeling, just kind of like ambitious and just, you know, just ready for, you're really tapping into those gifts, really, really exploring those gifts. Then we have the Page of Cups. Yes, yes, yes. This is you trusting your intuition, like really trusting your intuition about everything. Sometimes this card means like somebody's having romantic feelings, flirtatious admirer, or even beginning a love affair. But overall, what I'm seeing for this particular spread here is that you're trusting your intuition, like really trusting your intuition. Because again, you've had this gift since you were a child, and things are becoming clearer and clearer and clearer for you. And so this is what you're tapping into, these gifts that you have. Yes, I'm loving this for you. Loving, loving, loving this for you. Yes, let's see what the rest of these, yeah, okay. Yep, Sagittarius. Some of you all was in a relationship with a person that was causing you to be like this. Like you really, really deeply cared about that person, but you weren't, by the way, this is the Four, so I'm going to make sure I don't cover this up so you can see it. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Four of Swords. So some of you all were in a relationship with a person, you were able to sleep, but you weren't really able to sleep that well, right? Maybe in a fetal position, but not sleeping that well. This person could have been an Aquarius, a Gemini, or Libra. But now you feel like you're freedom from fear. Your intuition was spot on about this situation. Hold on. I'll put this here for a second if this thing doesn't like twist and fall off. But anyway, you're feeling free. This the World card. I love the World card because the World card, like I said, is the 21st card in tarot, and it is attached to the planet Saturn, right? This is about completion. This is about freedom from fear. This is about you feeling fulfilled. Then we have the Justice card. Again, you have decided, you know what? Not only am I direct, but now I'm going to focus on myself, like really nurturing myself. And this is you tapping into your divine feminine energy, right? So you were very direct. You said, I'm going to focus on me. You know, I'm going to focus on giving myself the nurturing that I've been giving to other people. And that relationship was really pretty toxic. Like, look at this. This is a Devil card attached to the Capricorn. That relationship was pretty toxic. And it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't mean that the person was a Capricorn. It just means that their relationship was toxic. And that person had a lot of, what's interesting is that person had a lot of internal conflict that was actually spilling over to your spirit, causing you a lot of internal conflict, Sagittarius. The person could have been a Capricorn. They could have been an earth sign. But nevertheless, like I said, they had a lot of internal conflict that just did not, like I said, Sagittarius is a really optimistic people. And to try to get a Sagittarius down, or to try to get them to see the glass half empty, you know, good luck, because it's not going to last for long. So if you're a person who is just like highly critical and things like that, you're trying to pull out the worst in a Sagittarius. You're trying to get them to be brutal and to be harsh. And so that's just not the norm for them, you know. But again, they have tapped into their toolbox and are started really paying attention to their intuition. Funny when you start paying attention to your intuition and you just start feeling good again, because your intuition is not going to lie to you. Sometimes it may feel like it's a little off, but especially if you haven't really developed certain, really developed your gifts, and it kind of scares you. Like, I don't want to believe certain things about a person or about a situation. And it kind of makes you a little nervous. But then when you start to see those things come to fruition, you're like, oh my God, this is kind of scary, right? And then you start going with your intuition. It's like, you know what? I'm never going to turn away from my intuition again. I am going to listen to my intuition at all times. And so this is what happened in this situation, Sagittarius. You just decided, you know what? I don't need to be in a relationship with a person who is toxic. I'm going to focus on healing. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to balance out my energies, divine feminine and divine masculine energies. And I am going to start listening to my intuition. This thing that I've had since I was a child, this intuition, this gift, not just a thing, it's a gift that you've had since as a child. And now that you're an adult, you're really paying attention to it. So it doesn't seem so often so odd when things come to fruition, because you're like, wow, okay, I had a dream about this, or I had a thought about this, or I had a premonition about this. And now that I'm actually seeing it right in my face, like I said, you needed it to make sense, because Tauruses are the sign. Like I always tease Taurus, I always say Taurus is the sign that make sense, right? And so it makes sense to you now, this gift that you've been carrying with you since you were a child. And so that relationship that you felt like in your intuition, like sometimes people say it's a gut instinct, or some people even call it the Holy Spirit, but that intuition that you had about this particular relationship was spot on. And so now you're like, okay, never again am I going to push my intuition to the back seat or put it on the back burner. I'm going to really start paying attention to what my intuition is telling me, because it was pretty spot on about that person. All right. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what else we have. If you're interested in a personal reading, my number is 202-460-3205, Sagittarius. Yes. No more fear there when it comes to your gifts, okay, Sagittarius, because a lot of times you all are spot on and you've had this gift since you were a child. It's amazing when people have, like in Serenity, look. You're just really feeling good about that. Like you just feel like you just kind of sort of stepped into this white light, and you just had this awakening, right? Which is very powerful. I love that, because once you come into knowing who you are, in this spiritual realm, it just takes on a different form. Like your gift just takes on a different form. You just feel great about life because you all are deeply compassionate people. You're very loving. You're responsible towards family and friends. You have this like this really calming influence, right, on others. And so, and then when we talk about the number 6, 1 plus 5, 6 is the root number of 15 in numerology. It really is. The number 6 is also aligned with beauty. It really is. And you just feel like you're on this beautiful journey of just realizing who you've always been and just this spiritual being, and your intuition is at its highest, and you just, being able to tap into both sides. It's just wonderful. But that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. And like I said, keep listening to your intuition. It's not going to steer you wrong. And if you are in the midst of people who are trying to turn your smile into a frown, it's probably best to start creating some distance from that particular person. I mean, especially the ones who are, determined to turn your smile into a frown. It's just some people that's just like, they walk around with a storm cloud over their heads. I'm convinced. But that's not you. And so, again, step away from those types of people who are just determined to just cause you to feel like you're just being pessimistic and they just want to try to bring the worst out of you. Okay, Sagittarius? That's what I have for you. Have a great day. Bye.